Yo, what's going on, Sportzmafia fans, man? Let's get this going. What's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing today? All right, guys, so we're going to do a little NFL talk. We're going to talk about the trades here a little bit. We're also going to be talking about the NFL standings as well. We're going to be talking about the powerhouse rankings. We're going to be talking about the division rankings. We're also going to be talking about the playoffs. So let's start off with the playoffs and what would happen if they were happening today. Let's talk about that real fast. So the playoffs were happening today. Super cool thing real fast is that the Jets would be in the playoffs right now. Yes, the Jets would be number 5, playing Baltimore at number 4. Then it would go Miami versus the Chiefs. Miami at number 6, the Chiefs at number 3. The Chargers at 7, the Titans at 2. Bills, of course, would be number 1, and they would have their time off. Going over to the to the NFC side. You got Dallas at number 5 versus the Falcons at number 4. You got the Giants at number 3 at 6, playing Seahawks at number 3. Then you got San Francisco at number 7, playing the Vikings, who are number 2. Then, of course, you got the Eagles. Now, if I had to pick right now, today, at this very moment, who would go, I'm going to have to go with the Jets. I think the Jets have the opportunity to beat Baltimore. I think that Miami has a chance to beat the Chiefs. I think that Tennessee can honestly beat the Chargers. The Chargers are down right now in their defense. Everyone's missing. I got the Bills beating the Jets. I got Miami beating the Tennessee Titans. I got the Bills beating Miami. Bills would be in the Super Bowl right now. Again, guys, this is just for fun. I got Dallas losing against the Falcons. The Falcons are playing fantastic right now. Yeah, it was a little shaky against Carolina, but they are proving that they can score the touchdown at any given moment right now. The Dallas Cowboys really aren't proving that much. Their defense is great, yeah, but their offense is missing something. Now, if we go down to the Giants, I'm going to pick the Giants. Saquon Barkley is having a fantastic year this year, and all he's doing is just running the ball. Finally, somebody is running the ball. But they're only winning off of running the ball. Their defense is playing fantastic defense as well. Now, let's look at San Francisco. Let's look at the Vikings. I got the Vikings winning. Now that you put in TJ Hawkinson over there, which we'll get to that in just a little bit. Got the Vikings. Of course, Philadelphia is going to beat the Falcons. I honestly think that the Vikings are going to beat the Giants, or the Eagles are going to beat the Falcons. I have a feeling that if it were to happen today, I think that the Philadelphia Eagles will beat the Vikings. Who do I think is going to win the whole Super Bowl? The Bills. If it were to happen right now, okay? If it were to happen right now, the Bills. The Bills would do it. All right, let's talk about some of these trades. I'll tell you what I'm super pissed off about, and I'll tell you what I'm super happy about. I'm actually super disappointed in Green Bay. I'm very disappointed in Green Bay that Green Bay did not go out to get another wide receiver. I'm super disappointed in them. Even though I'm great because they're in the Lions division, but you're stupid. You are literally stupid for that. So, the Buffalo Bills receive Dean Merlo from the Falcons. The Falcons get a 2023 7th round pick. Then, the Falcons received cornerback Rashad Fenton, 2023 conventional 7th round pick is what they received from the Chiefs. The Bills get Najee Hines. Running back Zach Moss will go to the Colts for a 2023 conventional 6th rounder, which is awesome. Because the Colts need a power back. All they have is Jonathan Taylor, and they have Hines just throwing the ball. Jonathan Taylor just isn't the same running back that everybody thought he was going to be this year. So when you add Zach Moss into the mix, you have a smaller back, but he's still a power back. He still has something to prove. But Zach Moss can break through lines. So I think it's a great trade between them two. But we'll get to everything in a minute. Then we're looking at Jacob Martin, D-end, 2024, 4th round pick to the Denver Broncos. The Jets will get a 2024 4th round pick. Now this one, this one's actually kind of weird, but I see where they're going with it. The Jags trade for Calvin Ridley for a 2023 5th round pick and a 2024 conventional round 4th round pick. Now I see where they're going with this, okay? They want to give Trevor Lawrence some more weapons. Yeah, this is not the Jaguars' year. We know this, okay? They have a stud with ETN right now as a running back. They have Christian Kirk, but Christian Kirk just hasn't been playing as good as he has been in the first 5 weeks that he's been able to be on the field. So now they're adding another weapon onto the field. Now, mind you, the Jags will now have Marvin Jones Jr. as well. So you have now 3 outstanding wide receivers. You have your number 1, Calvin Ridley, then you have Christian Kirk as your number 2, and then you also have Marvin Jones. Now here's the problem. The weird one I get, but this one isn't the intense gratification type of trade. I can see that, yeah, but the problem is this. When I look at the Jags trading Calvin Ridley, I'm thinking of the long-term future. Yes, you're absolutely right, 100%. But I just don't think that Trevor Lawrence is their guy. I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is even that good of a quarterback, to be honest. I need more of a consistent passer. I need more of a consistent thrower. I need more of a consistent losing out of the pocket. And he just doesn't do that. He just kind of stands there. And he just looks, bro, like you're 6'3" and you're looking over the line and you're not getting the ball out in time. Like, the questions is that he is just too inconsistent. Lawrence is, he's just really too inconsistent. Now, here's the weird thing, and I think that everyone here won't agree with me, but whatever. David Mills, to me, is more consistent than Trevor Lawrence. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is worth what they're going to be paying him here in the long run. Just like I don't think that Lamar Jackson is the same way. But then again, his rookie year was a train wreck. And all potential purpose, this is his rookie year in terms of yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, I understand that. Yeah, 100%. But when you look at Mac Jones and Daniel Jones, okay, so when you look at those two guys, okay, I'm looking at quarterback for the Patriots. I'm looking at the quarterback for the Giants. When Daniel Jones came into the league, he wasn't fire. He wasn't great. He wasn't up there. Everyone wanted to trade him. Everyone wanted to get rid of him. Everybody wanted to do this. Everyone wanted to do that. But now that they're 5-1, 5-2, they're like, oh no, let's just keep him. Everything's okay. I personally do not think that Trevor Lawrence is going to be able to accumulate what he's supposed to be doing every single time. I think that he will fail. Okay, I really, really honestly do think that Trevor Lawrence isn't going to be that quarterback in the next 2-3 years. The Jags had a really great quarterback with Gunnar Minshew, but they decided to go a different route thinking that Trevor Lawrence was going to be fantastic. Unfortunately, that's not how it is. The Dolphins trade for Jeff Wilson Jr. as San Francisco gets a 5th rounder pick. All right. Cornerback William Jackson III and a 2025 7th round pick is what the Steelers got from the Washington Commanders. 2024 6th rounder is what the Washington Commanders will receive. Now, this trade right here, there are 2 big blockbuster trades, which is just fantastic. Fantastic. Chase Edmonds is now a Bronco. Okay. What the Miami Dolphins did was that they took Denver traded their outside linebacker, Brandon Chubb, for a 2025 5th round pick, all right, to the Miami Dolphins, okay? Now, what the Broncos receive is Chase Edmonds, a 2023 1st rounder, and a 2024 4th round pick. Now, that is insane. That's a lot for Bradley Chubb. And don't get me wrong, Bradley Chubb is leading the league in sacks right now. The guy's a monster. Guy's fantastic. But to have a player and two picks, there's a little much, but it is going to add more of a scariness to this Miami Dolphins D-line and their linebackers as well. I really do think that Bradley Chubb can honestly come into this Miami team and give Miami a Super Bowl. I mean, I think that Miami could be one of the ones to win the Super Bowl. But again, like if we're looking at the playoff picture here and Miami has to go up against Kansas City, do you think that Kansas City isn't going to give them a run for their money? I mean, yeah, they have two explosive wide receivers, but they don't have a running game. And that up front four for Kansas City is just a fantastic line. Like there's just no way that Miami's offensive line is going to be able to hold Kansas City's front four. There's just no way. Now, let's go down here. This is who I really wanted, or who I thought Green Bay was going to get. I thought Green Bay was going to get Chase Claypool, but here's the funny part. The Steelers trade Chase Claypool to the Bears for a 2023 second-round pick. Miami Dolphins traded a first-round pick and a fourth-round pick for Bradley Chubb, which they were in desperately need of an outside linebacker. Well, Chicago Bears is in desperate need of a wide receiver. So in my mind, the Steelers lost this one. The Bears won this 100%. You gave him a second-round pick for Chase Claypool when Chase Claypool was a first-round draft pick. Game time. I think Chase is going to come here and be a little bit more explosive now. The reason why I do believe that is because of two reasons. You have Justin Fields, who was conversating with him before he came, and he said, man, I'm going to need you to run some routes, bro. I can't just have you just lollygagging like you've been doing over there at the Steelers. No, man, I got you, bro. There was just too much talent over there. That's why Chase left. All right, there was just too much talent, and he was very, very scared of the talent. George Pickens is the guy over there in Steeler Nation, okay? Now that they got rid of Claypool, now they can focus more on George Pickens and Johnson, which is awesome. Now, here's another blockbuster trade, okay? There's a couple more blockbuster trades. Tight end TJ Hawkinson goes to the Vikings. The Vikings received TJ Hawkinson, 2023 fourth-round pick, 2024 conventional fourth-round pick, as the Lions will receive a 2023 second-round pick and a 2024 third-round pick. Lions, you are stupid. You are a dumbass. You trade one of the best tight ends in the game to your rival, to your division rivals that you see 2 times a year. They didn't have a tight end. Now they have a beast of a tight end. Now you just made a 6-1 team go from 6-1 to only having 1 loss this season because you decided not to pay TJ Hawkinson because you think that you're going to get something better in the draft. Unfortunately, why didn't you trade him for 2 defensive players? That's what we need, is a defensive players. We don't need picks. Here's the Lions, the best in the business. That's why the Lions haven't won a damn Super Bowl since they flipped it over to the Super Bowl. We have 4 championships, but no Super Bowls because of 2 reasons. It's not fun anymore to be a Lions fan. It's not fun anymore. It's not fun. It's seriously a ball buster. This literally makes me never want to go back home to Detroit. This makes me never want to be a Lions fan. This makes me never want to see another Lions game as long as I live. I would be happy with that. That's 2 dumb teams now, Lions and the Packers. Yep. The Bears and the Vikings in our division are going out grabbing all these damn guys, making their defense stronger, making their flipping offense stronger. And you guys are just over here like, oh yeah, let's just give away TJ Hawkinson and let's just do this and let's just do that. You're a dumbass. You are literally a dumbass. I hope I make billions of dollars, bro, so I can buy the Lions and just make that team 50 million times better. It just really pisses me off that you trade them to your division rivals. Moving on now. The Ravens. Roquan Smith gets traded from the Bears to the Ravens. The Bears receive linebacker A.J. Klein, a 2023 second-round pick, and a 2023 fifth-round pick. Like, why would you get rid of Roquan Smith? That makes no sense. But, hey, I'm super excited for this defense now. Roquan Smith just made your defense 50 times better. So now you guys are going to be from being at like almost the bottom of the totem pole in your division to now being at the top, even though you are running your division with your 4 teams, but still, now the Ravens are going to be better on defense. Like, stop giving your best players up to help out other teams that are already great. As the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Way to go. Way to go, Chicago. Kansas City gets wide receiver Kadarius Toney. They need another Tyreek Hill, man, dude. They're so tired of not having Marquez Valdez-Stanton and Juju Smith-Schuster showing up because they're getting double-teamed, and Pringle not catching the damn ball, and, you know, the only person who had to throw to now is Travis Kelce. Like, they're just sick of it. And I get it, man. Like, I would be sick of it too. But now New York, excuse me, sorry about that. Now New York gets a 2023 third-round pick and a 2023 sixth-round pick. So now, not only do you not have a receiver to throw to in New York, now you're relying more on your run game, and that's what you did to Saquon Barkley his first couple of seasons, and that's why he got hurt. That's why he was hurt. So now you're going back to the same way. So you guys better figure out a way how to get 2 receivers in the next draft to help out Saquon. But we'll see what happens, man. The Eagles never stop surprising me. They got Robert Quinn from Chicago Bears for a 2023 fourth-round pick. They got Robert Quinn. This defense just keeps getting more and more and more and more stacked. So what this means is that the Eagles are now going to be unstoppable, just like they have been for the past 7 weeks. Or for the past 9 weeks. They're 7-0. They're going to be 8-0 coming up against Houston. Dallas just got Jonathan Hawkins from Oakland for a 2023 sixth-round pick. And Dallas will receive a 2024 seventh-round pick. Dallas won that one. James Robinson now goes to the Jets for a 2023 conventional sixth-round pick. What is wrong? I'm so confused. Here's another one. Let me just throw this one at you guys real quick. Great job for San Francisco. San Francisco gets Christian McCaffrey from the Carolina Panthers for a 2023 second-round pick, 2023 third-round pick, 2023 fourth-round pick, 2024 fifth-round pick, 2024 sixth-round pick, and a 2025 seventh-round pick. That's way too much for an injury-prone guy. So what you're telling me, San Fran, is that you think that this guy is going to be your next running back? Guarantee he goes down later on this year, and it's going to be a career-ending. Not career-ending, season-ending injury. Like, yeah, dude, he had one game where he blew up. He had a passing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a running touchdown. But don't you see his medical history? If I'm an owner and you made this trade, I would be pissed. I'd be like, why did you go after Christian McCaffrey for? He's hurt all the time. What are you doing? That's like Robbie Anderson getting traded to the Carolina Panthers for a 2024 sixth-round pick and a 2025 seventh-round pick. Like, Carolina, like, what are you doing? Are you just, like, trying to get rid of your whole entire team here? No, I know exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to go out to either, 1, get another wide receiver, or 2, they think that they're going to get a beast-ass running back in this next coming up draft. And unfortunately, you're just not going to find another Christian McCaffrey. You're not going to find another Saquon Barkley. You're not going to find another DeAndre Swift. You're just not. You're just not going to find these running backs. The next running backs who we have coming in are small baby backs. Yep, you heard me. Small baby backs. Or they're like Jonathan Taylor, where they have one blowout season and then you're done. No. And you're done. Robbie Anderson got traded over to Carolina for a 2024 6th round pick, 2025 7th round pick. The Falcons decided to get rid of Deion Jones, so they gave him over to the Browns. The Browns will receive Jones and a 2024 7th round pick. Then the Falcons get a 2024 6th rounder. That makes no sense. So you trade a pick and a guy for something so small? Like, Deion Jones isn't bad. Deion Jones is actually pretty damn good. Yeah, man, he's had some injuries in his past and all that good stuff. But when he's on the field, he gets 7 to 8 tackles a game, at least a couple of picks in 3 games. And you're sitting here telling me that he's only worth a 2024 6th round pick? You gave way too much. You gave way too much to the Cleveland Browns. Way too much. He hasn't done crap since he got to Arizona either. Nope. Absolutely not. The Raiders get offensive tackle Justin Hirion. The Patriots receive a 2024 6th round pick. Again, this is way too much for one player, because the Patriots gave them a 2024 7th round pick and a player. This guy's not even that good. Like, he's injury prone. He didn't play at all last year. He had a torn ACL. He didn't play. The year before that, he had a high ankle sprain. He didn't play that year either. You're stuck with him in fantasy. I know that for a fact. Good game, though, man. I beat that ass that week, though. Ain't that right? All right, guys. Let's hop on over real quick and let's talk about the schedule real fast. So we got Philly versus Houston, man. Guys, I got Philly. The LA Chargers versus Atlanta. I got Atlanta, man. I just don't see this Chargers offense and Chargers defense being able to play up to their high standard that everybody thought they were. Miami versus Chicago. I got Miami. They're not going to be able to guard Waddle and Tyreek Hill. There's just no way. Impossible. I got Carolina Panthers versus Cincinnati. I got Cincinnati all day long. That Carolina offense is a mess. DJ Moore is pissed. He doesn't want to play anymore. He's kind of over it. Guaranteed DJ Moore comes out, doesn't do anything that he did last week against Atlanta. Green Bay versus Detroit. Green Bay all day long. Sorry, Detroit. You guys are trash. Las Vegas Raiders versus Jacksonville. I'm going to go Las Vegas Raiders on this one. I think Las Vegas is going to have a lot to prove this week because they're just not doing it. But I think that they're going to come out this week and have a lot to prove. They just added that O-line, or that O-tackle in Justin Hirion, so we'll see what goes on. The Colts versus New England. I'm going to go New England. I think New England's going to beat the brakes off of them. Here we go. Buffalo versus the Jets. I think this is going to be the game of the week right here for me. This is what game I would really, really love to watch is Buffalo versus the Jets, because Buffalo always starts out super, super slow in the first corner, about like the first 7 minutes of the quarter, and then all of a sudden they just light it up throughout the whole entire game. But I really do think that the Jets have a lot to prove, but I'm still going to go Buffalo on this one. We got Washington versus the Vikings. Vikings are going to Washington. I got to pick the Vikings on this one. This got TJ Hawkinson. I think it's game over. Seahawks versus Arizona. I think Arizona is going to win, man. I think that they got their number. They're division rivals. I think that they're going to be sitting in their ass-kicking mode, and I think that that the Seahawks are going to lose this week, unfortunately. LA Rams versus Tampa Bay. I got Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay is just going to smoke the LA Rams. I mean, they're at home playing in Tampa. Tom Brady's coming out, and I don't know. We'll see what happens in that game, but I got Tampa Bay. We got Tennessee versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to go Kansas City Chiefs, man. I don't think that they're going to be able to stop Travis Kelce, and I I think that they're going to give more passes to Marquez Valdes-Scantling. I think that Juju Smith-Schuster is actually starting to show up just a little bit. I know what I said previously, but I'm just kind of break it down for you guys. I think that Juju Smith-Schuster is going to come out this game. I think I'm going to give it to the Chiefs. Monday Night Football, guys. We got Baltimore versus the Saints. This This one's kind of difficult for me to kind of pick, but if I had to pick, I'm gonna go with New Orleans. I think New Orleans is gonna come out on Monday night like they always do, and just come out and fight hard on that defense. I don't think that Lamar Jackson is really gonna have a lot to do. I think Cameron Jordan is gonna be in his face the whole game, and that's kind of hard to do when you got a big 6'4", 265-pound guy running in at you at all costs and on all corners. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Saints. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to be talking about the AFC East here in the division. Number 1, we got Buffalo at 6-1. Jets follow right behind at 5-3. Then it goes Miami at 5-3. Then it goes New England at 4-4. I really do believe that that Miami needs to be above the Jets just because of how much they've been putting out and how many more points that they have for them. So I really do think that Miami should be number 2 instead of having the Jets at number 2. But the Jets have been playing super, super well lately on defense. They've only allowed 159 points altogether this year, and Miami's been 192. The one team that has the least amount of points allowed this year is Buffalo at 98. So Buffalo is honestly killing it on defense. I think Buffalo is going to have this season Super Bowl. Baltimore probably won't be able to hold a lead through unless their new defense pieces show up. I think that their new defense pieces showing up, I think is going to kind of give them a little run for their money here. So I think that they're going to fail, and I'm going to go with the Saints. Moving on to the AFC North. We got Baltimore at number 1, 5-3. We got Cincinnati right behind it, 4-4. We got Cleveland right behind it, 3-5. And then we also have the Pittsburgh Steelers at 2-6. I really do feel that the Cleveland Browns are going to start coming out after this bye week. I think what they're going to do is that they're going to do a lot of game planning. They're going to figure out what they can and can't do. I really, really wish that they could have traded Kareem Hunt for a wide receiver to have more of a better receiver on that end. Yeah, I know that they have Amani Cooper and Jonathan Peoples-Jones, but they need one more receiver to kind of fit into that scheme a little bit for them. Jacoby Brissett is playing fantastic. He's playing lights out. When child molester comes back. Yep, I'm talking about Deshaun Watson. I almost said it. So when Deshaun Watson comes back, I really, really, really do believe that that Deshaun Watson just isn't going to be the same guy as he was when he played for Houston. I think that he has a lot more to prove to us than what he has to prove to himself. He's just been lying this whole time, and in practice he was looking well. But here's the thing, though: in preseason he was throwing interceptions left and right. I mean, he threw 2 picks back to back on 2 consecutive drives. So we'll see what happens with Deshaun Watson when he comes back. Everyone's excited to see him, but I'm not really too thrilled to see him. AFC South, Tennessee Titans 5-2 at number 1. Then you go to the Colts at 4-3, Jacksonville at 2-6. Then you got Houston at 1-5-1. I think Houston needs to kind of step it up a little bit. Whenever Houston gets into this kind of a rhythm, they're coming up to play the Eagles. And remember this: when the Eagles play a team that is not batting over 500, they lose. So this Houston team might be the one to knock them out. Hey, fam, happy hump day. Yo, what's going on, man? Happy hump day, K-Bot. I mean, if Houston does knock the Eagles out, hey, yo, congratulations, man. I think that'd be awesome to see that happen. But their defense is just so stacked and so strong that I don't think that Houston even has a chance here. Let's go ahead and hop into the AFC West. We got Kansas City Chiefs at 5-2 at number 1. Number 2, following right behind them, is Los Angeles Chargers at 4-3. What a bummer they are. The Denver Broncos 3-5. Russell Wilson, you're not doing anything. Then you go down to where Devontae Adams went to. They're 2-5. They're dead last in their division. They're just playing crappy football right now, and I really think that they need to figure out a way of how to get Devontae Adams more in this rotation. Darren Waller is out of the rotation too. They're not really, doing much with him. I know that he's been hurt for a couple of games, but Josh Jacobs is just the one that is being on the terror right now. And I got to say to everybody that honestly said that Devin Singletary, Josh Jacobs are not a starting running back, you're 100% wrong. They've always been a starting running back. They just needed to find their groove. They were just always hurt. But now that they're all healthy and they're ready to go, I mean, like look at what Singletary is doing. He's literally carrying the team. I mean, he's getting 8.3 yards a carry. He's also getting 4.5 yards of reception from scrimmage. I mean, he's doing fantastic. But then you look at Josh Jacobs, he's top 10 running back right now in the league. I mean, the guy literally just had almost a 200-yard rushing with 3 touchdown game before their bye week 2 weeks ago. So not Jonathan Taylor, I'm so sorry. Josh Jacobs is having a blowout year this year. The one person who I really, really am frowning upon right now is Jonathan Taylor, even though I did say that Jonathan Taylor just wasn't going to be that guy this year. It just goes to show that you're a one-hit wonder. You can just tell one-hit wonders from when you see him. He's too small of a back, guys. He's not going to be able to just keep running through everybody like Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, and all the other running backs. He's just not going to be able to do it. Let's go down to the NFC East. Let's talk about the Eagles, 7-0, the number one team in the NFL. Yes, the number one team in the NFL. The Buffalo Bills are not the number one team because they are 6-1. Guys, go by record. Stop going by what you think the team can produce. Because if that's the case, then the Vikings, in my mind, if we're playing the producing game, the Vikings can produce more than what the Bills can do. Yes, I did say that. You're absolutely right. I did 100% say that. If we're playing the producing game, they can also produce more than the Eagles. They can also produce more than the Cowboys. They can also produce more than the Chiefs. They can also produce more than... I can keep going all day long, but I'm just going to stop right there. But they can also they can just keep producing. So the Eagles, 7-0, they're number one. Then you got Dallas following by number 2 at 6-2. Then you got the Giants at 6-2 at number 3. And then you got Washington at 4-4. This is kind of like always a battle between them when it comes to the NFC East. It's always a big battle in the NFC. And I think that this division right here is the most competitive division. I mean, they're always, over 500. They're either at 500 or they're over 500. I think that's why that this division, they have more teams go to the playoffs and they have more teams that win a Super Bowl, is because this division is so competitive and it's so hard. When I look at every other division, it's just like a pancake. If you go down to the NFC North right here, you got the Vikings at 6-1. You got Green Bay at 3-5. Normally Green Bay is always on top. You got the Chicago Bears at 3-5 as well. They're right where they're supposed to be, always second to last. Then you got the Detroit Lions, who are always last. There's no questions asked. They're 1-6 right now. It's just not fun being a Lions fan right now. I just don't understand why you give TJ Hawkinson to your division rivals. It just makes no sense to me. Are you trying to lose? But that, again, that just proves to me that you don't want to pay TJ Hawkinson for what he's worth. You want somebody else to do it. And the sad part about it is that you think that you're going to go into the draft and get a better tight end. You think that you're going to get a better receiver. Well, our receivers are already stacked. Our offensive line is already stacked. Our running back is already stacked. We need a quarterback and we need a defense. So what I would have done if you were consistent on trading TJ Hawkinson, I'm going to say, I need a defensive player. Who can give me a defensive? Who can give me 2 defensive players for TJ Hawkinson? Who doesn't have a tight end right now? Yeah, the Vikings don't have a tight end right now. If you go down to Tampa doesn't have a tight end right now. If you go over to LA Rams, they don't have a tight end right now. If you go to Denver doesn't have a tight end right now. If you look at the Colts don't have a tight end right now. So you literally could have gotten Bradley Chubb to Detroit, and it would have made our defense way better. Sadly, the Lions haven't been worth crap for several years now. They haven't been... but Higbee doesn't really stand out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not performing like TJ would. And if you would have just been like, we'll give you 2 picks, and you give us a cornerback, like example, we'll take Jalen Ramsey, just for an example, okay? We'll give you TJ Hawkinson and 2-round picks. Because in Rams country right now, they don't have receivers. Like, yeah, you got Cooper Kupp, but you're not giving the ball to Allen Robinson at all. So what you're telling me right now is that you're more focused on Cooper Kupp. You don't even look Allen Robinson's way. That's always been Matthew Stafford's problem. He looks at one receiver the whole game. For an example, Calvin Johnson. He looks at him the whole entire time. When Calvin Johnson goes out, then Golden Tate would have came in, and then he's looking at Golden Tate. He wasn't looking at anybody else. He wasn't. Okay? Then when we get Marvin Jones, that's all he looked at was Marvin Jones. That's why we lose so many games. Fantasy question. Would you take Rashad Penning over Alex Prince in exchange for Higbee? Well, Rashad Penning is out. So, yeah. I would most definitely do that. 100%. If someone is trading... Wait, are you trading Rashad Penning and Alec? Or are they trading you Rashad Penning and Alec? Because if you're trading Rashad Penning and Alec for Higbee, yes. But if they're trading you Rashad Penning and Alec, oh, you have Penny. And you're trading Higbee. Or they're trading you Higbee. Who's your other tight end? All right, I'll give you a minute. Okay, I have Higbee. They want to give me Penny. No. Penny is hurt. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, I wouldn't do it because Pierce is always... Penny is hurt right now. And Alec, I don't think is doing much either. NFC South. Let's move on until LaDonna messages back in. The NFC South. I thought so. I haven't heard his name. Yeah. So Kenneth Walker III is now the starting running back over there in Seattle, and he's going to be the starting running back over there for a decade, for at least 12 years, if they decide to keep him. But yeah. NFC South, man, we're looking at the Atlanta Falcons at number 1 at 4-4, Tampa Bay following right behind at number 2, 3-5. Then we got the Saints at 3-5 as well. Then we are looking at Carolina Panthers at 2-6. I think that the Saints should be above the Buccaneers, even though the Buccaneers did beat them earlier this year. I have Cole Kmet and Dawson Knox also at tight end. I would trade Cole Kmet for a better running back. No, I would trade Higbee and then get a better running back. Like, don't get Rashad Penning. He's just injury prone. I wouldn't do that. No, absolutely not. He's injury prone. I think that the Saints need to be above the Bucs. The reason why I say that is, yeah, okay, cool, the Bucs beat them. But here's the problem, though. The Bucs have been having so much problems on defense and having so much problems on offense that they don't deserve to be 3-5. Okay, I'll counter offer and see what they say. All right, perfect. Going down to the NFC West, we got Seattle at number 1 at 5-3. They're playing fantastic. We got San Francisco at 4-4. Who knows what Deebo Samuel's is now going to be? Who knows? Because he was the running back and the wide receiver, and now he's just the receiver. So you pay him all this damn money to just be a receiver now? I swear to God on my life, if he comes out and he's running lazy routes like Terry McLaurin, and my God, what is his name? He just got paid too. Oh my goodness, I can't think of his name. Oh, CeeDee Lamb. If you come out and you run lazy routes, I'm going to be so mad. I have him on my fantasy team. The Los Angeles Rams at number 3, they're at 3 and 4. And then you got the Arizona Cardinals at 3 and 5. I think that the Rams should be dead last, but that's just me though. That's just me. That's me. Here's the thing with all of these. All right, let's go to the conference real fast. Okay. So when you look at the AFC teams, okay, power ranking wise in the AFC, you got the Bills, the Titans, the Chiefs, Baltimore, the Jets, Miami, the Chargers, New England, Cincinnati, and the Colts. Okay? But when I look at this, I see Cleveland, Broncos, Raiders, Jacksonville, Steelers, and Houston. Everybody thought that the Broncos were going to be super, super, super banging this year, okay? I got in so many arguments with people on YouTube, so many people on TikTok arguments. I've had a lot of arguments with a lot of people telling them that they're wrong because of this reason only. The Broncos are never going to be a great team unless you can get a quarterback that can give those receivers 1,000+ yards receiving a year. No one has been able to do that in a couple of years for them. They also don't have a running back that can do a 1,000-yard season and give them 8 touchdowns a game. You're not going to get that in Melvin Gordon. You had it in Javonte, but the problem is with that is you guys overran him. Again, you're pulling a Saquon Barkley on us. Stop doing that. The Raiders need to figure out a way of how to get Davante Adams in gear so that Davante Adams can take the Raiders and bring them up to about a top 10 team so that they can at least try to reach the playoffs, so they can try at least attempt it. Now, when I go to the National Football League, I'm looking at Philly, the Vikings, Seattle, Falcons, Cowboys, the Giants, the 49ers, Washington Commanders, the Rams, and Tampa Bay. Okay, I disagree with Tampa Bay being in here, but whatever. There is way too many teams that are 3 and 5 in the NFC division. All right, let me just name off the 3 and 5 teams: Tampa, Packers, Arizona, the Saints, and Chicago. Okay, now when I'm looking at this, I personally think that out of all those teams that I just named that were 3 and 5, the Bucks, the Packers, the Cardinals, the Saints, and the Bears, I think that the Saints deserve it more than any of these teams that are on the 3 and 5 list right now. I do not think that the Bucks deserve anything at the moment. They're not playing to a high caliber team. They've always been a high caliber team. They have too many problems on that team because Tom Brady is such a damn distraction in their locker room. They're also on a 3-game losing streak. So again, I'm not understanding at all. The Packers don't deserve it because the Packers are on a 4-game losing streak. The Cardinals maybe I give it to them a little bit. But again, I see New Orleans being the better 3 and 5 team. So I see it as New Orleans, the Cardinals, the Packs, the Bears, Tampa. Sorry. Then you got Carolina and Detroit at the end. Whatever, it's game over. So guys, let me go ahead and let me pick my power ranking. Okay? My number 1 power ranking team. My top 10 power rank team right now, in order. The Eagles, the Buffalo Bills, the Vikings, Kansas City, the Seahawks. No, wait, scratch the Seahawks. So sorry. The Cowboys, the Giants. Okay, I got the Giants at number 6. Okay, then I'm going to go Baltimore, the Jets, Miami. Okay, I need one more now. Who is going to be my last one? Well, guys, number 10 is going to go to the Seahawks. That's my top 10 power ranking. Okay. I really honestly believe that, the Eagles deserve to be number 1. They are undefeated still. They're at 1,000%. They haven't lost a game yet. There has been no team that has been coming close to beating them. The Vikings are on a 5-game win streak. They're very, very difficult to play against right now. The Bills are on a 4-game winning streak. Yeah, dude, Tennessee is looking fantastic too on a 5-game winning streak. But to be strictly honest with you, who is Tennessee playing? Who has Tennessee played? Tennessee hasn't played anybody good up until now. Okay? Let me just tell you who they've been playing. Because you're going to be like, yo, what the hell? I think the team that they're playing this week is going to be big. Okay? So they played the Giants. They could have beat the Giants, but they stunk. The Bills, they played the Bills. That's one hard team. But then you go and you play the Raiders. Okay, so you got the Bills. The Raiders, the Colts, Commanders, they had a bye week. They go back and play the Colts. Then they play Houston. Now they play the Chiefs. Okay, that's 2. Denver's not going to be able to stop you. Then you play Green Bay. Then you play the Bengals. Then you play the Eagles. So there's 3 teams. Then you play the Chargers. Then you go back and you play Houston. Then you play Dallas. Then you go back to week 18 and possibly play the Jacksonville Jaguars. So you play 4 teams that are literally in the top 10 right now as we are speaking. You play 4 top 10 teams. You don't play any other top 10 teams. You don't play any other. So you have the Chiefs and you have the Eagles left. So you have 2 teams left. There's no reason why you guys should not clinch your division. There's no reason. Well, maybe not clinch your division, but there's no reason why that you guys shouldn't at least be in the top contending. No, you guys should clinch your division. Absolutely, you guys should be able to clinch your division. Cook is currently on their bench. Yep. I'm trying to get straight up for James Cook and give them Higbee. That's not good either because I don't think James Cook is going to be playing now with Hines coming over there. Yeah, I don't think that would be a good idea. I wouldn't even trade him, to be honest. Do you need a running back? Question mark. All right, guys, so let's talk about their power rankings, which I disagree with. And you guys all know I disagree a lot with them. Buffalo Bills needs to be number 2. Eagles take over number 1. So they have Buffalo Bills at number 1, Eagles at number 2, Chiefs at number 3, Cowboys at 4, San Francisco at 5, which I highly disagree with this. I think that the Vikings need to be number 3. I think that Dallas needs to be number 4. Chiefs need to be number 5. Ravens can stay at number 6. San Francisco needs to come way down. They shouldn't even be in the top 10. Giants need to be up higher. Miami needs to be up higher. The Jets need to be up higher. Atlanta needs to be up higher. Yeah, dude, like this is all bad. This is straight. Oh, Chicago needs to be up higher. Washington needs to be higher. I give Denver a little bit higher, not too much. Colts need to be higher. Yeah, this is about right. Oh, no, I think Houston needs to be the second to last worst team. The Lions need to be the 32nd ranked team because the Lions suck. So, other than that, though, I think we got everything all covered, guys. Yep, everything's all covered. I could use one. Team is a little beat up. Niners are still missing 6 players, which should be back after their bye this week. We will see if they line up. Some teams caught fire after their bye last week. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. So, all right, guys. Yeah, yo, dude, that is everything going here. I appreciate everyone tuning in. LaDonna, thank you for coming in. Dougie, thank you for coming in just for a little bit, bud. Even if I wasn't, even if you didn't stay all the whole time. Yo, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notification, tell your friends, man, because the only way that we're going to get bigger and be able to do this constantly for 5 days a week is if we have more followers and if we have more people watching, we get more money, then we get to save up all that money and then buy a football team. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you all in a little bit. Everyone, remember, have a great rest of your day. And don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notification. Tell your friends, man. I know you guys all do fantasy. Just put it in your group chat. Just say, hey, yo, guys, go follow this person real fast if you guys want all the tips and if you want all the tips and tricks on fantasy. I think what we're gonna do is a fantasy question and answer or a question Q&A where you guys ask me a question and I give you my feedback on your players. So yeah, hopefully you guys tune in next week. I don't know when I'm going live next week. I'll let everybody know next week when I'm going. So everyone have a fantastic day. Talk to y'all soon. Later.